me will be a kwaba Jinyame channel so me da so nyamre na otie. Yes so be share link no na na yenkomo a yeba be di edu achi na obi a ate enkomo a yeba be do no obi anya homfaso obi. Mene ye lawyer ewa ha ye lawyer Lisa Komode ye discussion but 2 weeks ago about immigration deportation and so many discussions. A very nice conversation call your YouTube channels Jinyame channel call habit me ahwebi. And then you say share bio and then the process of our to get a green card no and a divorce. And sa money na question be a chwa about ware ho no and sa niema no e ye odin and the tamchuku neti ne de komone ba be hwehwe so but sana me de komone be hwehwe so no me wo adophobia pese me ye advert mo na me mo so ndi oko em se nipa na me kanfo ma sese yare adoso because onuane aye dini ne ma be brain no sa drink we ekumfi apple juice pineapple and ginger mix ni na ekumfi natural one no sugar added original one no so pb a number no and a screen is no masha bit me afre no if we Ghana street and omode ba ha say enti do de no suda ne ayi no eja wo da bia na isi ka mu na isi fi na otwene kakra eduro eye pa enti no opb a no afre number no obema bibre na so de isi fi se de me kan yare adoso program obi eye program so bolo dynamic program bi ma kono drink bi na so bolo na nwusie bom mu pa me bisa e cham si nipa no oye be che no mo satan ye program obi apeso ye bibi de boa obi but we de nana akua oye so bolo eno bi ni na dana girl ya o free mu ena oye che o mo na de ne picture bon no oye party birthday bibia oye na de picture bon kama one bibi kakra bia no aya ma ene obeye ne kama ntino onkoye na oye nice program be no akonom so bolo drink bi enye na wisi bom na ntimi complain na asay program no kra ntino offer ne number na ene wo screen so no na wa order kakra bi o de atu program a oye ani Ghana Nurses Association GNA omo program this Saturday ya the sheso fundraising no e cost of sheshe ntino emre won enye yare ya na juma now so ja wakwakobo mo dom number atudwa ne bibia person so yibo na ayede now dey atudwa now so why abo mo ntino ma me twa me na me mbra me ba ye ne lawyer be starting komo so say waji ka ma me ntino me be ye no wano pa nti pensu bi no natena se na me twa me ba sisi a ye frame Ohuma Afakuma kaswa ona she je na my channel.
Welcome to the Law Office of Elisa Komade. Here we help solve problems. I practice mainly immigration law, family law, civil litigation, energy and natural resources. We will help you through your case. Please do well to contact us if you have any issues. We offer free legal services to those who really need legal help. Welcome to the Law Office. You can find us here in Irving, Texas. The address is 2300 Valley View Lane, Suite 520, Irving, Texas 75062. You can also reach us through the phone 214-997-1758. Please do well to call and request for a free consultation, and we'll be here to help you. You can also email us at legal, that is legal, at ekdnet.law. You can also find us on Google by just typing the name, the Law Office of Elisa Komade PLLC. You will get our phone number there, email address, and please visit us on our website for much more information. When you call us, we will be there to help you. My praise is centered on your grace. I don't want to. Okay, therefore, you try on yaba, any lawyer ever be so young common, lawyer Lisa, ya some baby lawyer, you want to go Jinyame channel so. Good, thank you. And say the tree no be carry I come that and say one team to tree no be dos kakra. Good. Dedi kan Nyame sha so Nyamre na so the tete community na so train e obetimi ayaboa obi a no. Yeah, discussion here na kwetri but ene de ne based on marriage. The marriage process in America no or the way the hunjuma be bresena at the beginning no then bia documents will be here na say okay for say me should be person me ware na me green card no first step is na me take no Okay, so mainly no, as I making sure say the intention behind the marriage is genuine.
Okay.
You must have a genuine intention to live together with another person, right?
Okay.
Once you have the genuine intention, you go to the court, you register your marriage.
Okay.
After 72 hours, you get married, or you can get married by waiving the 72-hour requirement. Well, it depends on the state you are in.
Okay.
So whatever the requirement is in your particular state, you just comply and you get married. Once you get married, you go to a professional, you seek advice, you start gathering your documents.
Okay.
Number one, you need to prove to immigration that your marriage is genuine.
Okay.
So the fact that you have it in your heart and in your mind that you're married doesn't mean that the officer is going to believe that your marriage is genuine.
Okay.
So you have to put together documents.
Okay.
Very basic documents that every marriage couple will have. Joint residential agreements, that's lease agreement to prove that you live together.
Okay. For how long can you prove? Because if you live just for a month, can I? It's still approved, right?
Yes, we can submit the application, and then once you are called for an interview, you would have had enough time to gather documents, and then you prove at the interview.
Okay.
So you can gather evidence of courtship. So if you meet each other, you court, you do things together, you take pictures, you go for dinner together, you take pictures with the family, friends, you exchange gifts, birthdays, you shower your fiancé with gifts.
And all that.
Pictures are a way to prove.
Okay.
Yes, so if you have pictures, that will help a lot. So you gather evidence of courtship, and then we put in the application. Even if it's 1 month, 2 months, it's normally good to submit your application with documents. But if you don't have it, doesn't mean you cannot submit an application.
You can still
submit your application, but make sure that whilst your application is pending, you don't go and sleep.
Okay.
You gather documents.
Okay.
So you put as much documents as you can put together to prove, and just your daily life, moving around, what you do together. You go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart, you can have a store card. You go to Sam's Club to shop, you can have a family joint card. You need a new television, you're a new married couple, or you need a new couch, you go to Rooms to Go, you do a joint application. If you don't have a social security number, you might not be able to do a joint application. But immediately we file the application, within 5 to 6 months you would get a social security card, just like we have one for someone here. With immigration is working really fast nowadays. So this social security card came 4 months after we filed the application. Only 4 months after we filed this social security card. And then the work authorization cards, this is a work authorization card, and this also came alongside with this social security card. So with this you can work, you can open a bank account, you can apply for credit, and all these things, you building your evidence to establish a bona fide marriage. By the time you are called for your interview, you have a lot to prove. Exactly. So you wouldn't have a problem. But you don't just go and sit down and do nothing. Exactly. No. It doesn't work that way. No, not at all.
So if I'm married today, we went to the court, we got married. Now married, you said $40 and $60.
And so I will not be able to tell you the exact amount because I really don't get too much involved in that. But one thing I can assure you is that if you go to a municipal court or just Google the county court close to you and just call them, they will tell you how much it is. I think in Arlington it's $72. In Dallas it's $60. Every county is different, so check out with the county where you live and call them. And they'll tell you.
How many months do you have to put in for your green card? And I said,
there is no waiting period. There is no waiting period. You can put in your green card as soon as possible. Like I said, let's say you get married. Today is what today is it?
Yeah, today is 13th
of November. You get married today, which is a Monday. We can put in your papers by Friday, or put in your application by Friday. Which will mean that you get documents of you put together documents showing that you were in a relationship.
Okay.
And then we put in your application on Friday.
Okay.
Your interview is going to come sometimes June, July, August next year.
Okay.
By then, you would have had enough time. Don't forget, Social Security would have come in, your work authorization would have come in as well. So you have enough time to be able to gather documents for that interview. So there's really no waiting period. But people wait because they want to skip the removal of conditions stage. There is something called removal of conditions. When you are granted your first green card and your marriage is between or before 2 years, you are given a 2-year green card. For instance, you get married after 1 year, your case is approved. Your marriage is less than 2 years, so you get a 2-year green card, and they put conditions on it. So up to 90 days before the expiration of your second anniversary, you submit an application called removal of conditions to remove the conditions. Once you submit your application and it's approved, you get a 10-year green card.
Oh wow. 10 years. You can do everything, like everything. You wanna travel wherever you wanna go and come back.
Even with the 2-year green card, you can still travel. And even before the green card comes, you can still travel. I'll give you a typical example. There are some work authorizations that actually come with the permission to travel. This particular work authorization, you can see closer. It says here, not valid for re-entry, which means you cannot travel with this. There is no advance parole with this one. But with this one, you can see right there at the bottom. It says valid for travel. Yes, so which means you can travel with this one. So it depends on how you submit your application and what you request for. So immediately the application is submitted, your Social Security is approved, work authorization is approved, travel document is approved. If it's approved together, it will be on the same card. If it's approved separately, you'll get a letter stating that your travel document has been approved. Then you can start traveling. So the traveling in and out does not have to wait for a green card. No, you don't have to wait for a green card. You can travel before your green card even comes in, even before the 2 years or 10 years.
Wow, that's nice. So do they do any background checking? Or your background checking? We say what worry that. Say be a me what Ghana and my warrior. Nam se mabinya kanchi maybe wa ha na me say o mpese me ne yare na me wa krata. On be background checking ana.
To the best of my knowledge and my practice, yes, background checks are done. I cannot confirm to you how it is done or what details are gotten from the background check, but the US government is a very regulated government, and their way of conducting business is very specific and detailed. So the possibility of them finding out a registered civil marriage in Ghana is very high because you register it at the High Court. So it's very easy to know. What cannot be known immediately is customary marriage, what we call engagement.
Back home, right?
Yes, in Ghana. It's considered marriage in the US, but it's difficult, but it's difficult for you to be able to find out because most of the time one family head goes to the female, exchange drinks, and that is marriage, and that's customary. It is acknowledged in Ghana as marriage, and the US respects that also as marriage. So that one is difficult to know, except where you have customary marriage certificates. Some people go get certificates. Yes. And same way for divorce too. If you had the engagement in Ghana and you divorced, you have to have the customary divorce decree. You don't go to High Court for a divorce decree. You have to have your divorce decree in the customary court. That also creates a lot of problems for people. People get married traditionally, come to the US, and now go to High Court and get a divorce. It won't work. You can't go to the High Court to dissolve a marriage that is customary. You need to go to a customary court. So that also has created a couple of problems I've seen before.
It's like trying to go buy bicycle from McDonald's.
Exactly, you're going to seek something. Exactly, that's what it is.
It's not gonna work.
That's what it is.
So on the traditional marriage, Mawara traditional marriage, Ghana, America, American states, do they recognize it? Even though menya unsa had the head family issue certificate bi ase waware but then I be anyi we traditional marriage one anyi and wa share American no person ware no no American to me so recognize
Yes, customary marriage. The US government recognizes marriages that are legal in the country of origin.
Okay.
So in Ghana, if you recognize that customary marriage engagement is marriage, US will respect it. Just like Muslims.
Okay.
When a Muslim wants to divorce the wife, you just say talak. I might not be I might not know too much detail about how it is, but I know Muslims, when they want to divorce, it's a verbal. The husband just has to verbally tell the wife that I'm divorcing 3 times, and then that's it.
Okay, no paperwork, nothing.
And then the divorce is over. And the US recognizes it.
Oh, that one too?
Yes. The US recognizes. I've had a case where a similar thing happened, and we filed an application. Immigration asked us for a proof that the previous marriage was dissolved.
Okay.
We went back and checked on their own websites, travel.state.gov.
Yeah.
If you check on country condition, and then you type in Ghana,
okay,
and you type under Ghana, you scroll through all the way to marriages. It will tell you what kind of marriages are recognized and what kind of divorces are recognized. And it's there. Wow. Muslim marriage dissolution, yes.
Okay, I know that those have so many clauses, and there's a lot of them we can talk about that we might not even go in there. So fast forward, let's go for it. Maware we yaya ware no bibia. Okay. Dina me channel so near safi no wetini in any lawyer Elisa Kumode na kasa. We're talking about marriage in Africa and America to get a green card. No, what the US states no require of you and what they recognize. You know, you bet to also the question na me ba baby say ya ware we ni nyina wie no ya ye bibia wie maba. Okay, menya me niema mato me fie mato me kansa na be ware na se me jaya se ne opokunfa ni nkun obi akọ kwan se me kofa lawyer na wa kire se enieme we your dia or that one to no omtim mane oba ne sa.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. Yes, but you see, every state, what you are talking about now is state law.
Okay.
If you are divorcing in the US, you have to go by the states in which you are divorcing.
Okay.
Texas family law is different from New York.
Okay.
It's different from California. It's different from India. It's different from every state, exactly.
Yeah.
So I can only speak for Texas, okay, because I live and practice in Texas, and I have a license here in Texas.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, in Texas is a community property state, okay, which means that when you get married, any property you gather belongs to both parties, whether your name is on the property or not.
Okay, whether
during the marriage.
Okay.
Any properties you had before the marriage is your own separate property. Okay. So let's say you bought a house, you bought a car, you bought a land before the marriage. Okay. That property is considered separate property, and technically it's yours, but it's not yours.
Okay.
It's yours in a way,
okay,
because whatever was invested in it before the marriage is yours.
Okay.
Now don't forget that after marriage the house is still there. You are still paying mortgage on it. Yeah. The car is still there. You are still paying. The resources that you are using to pay for these properties after you got married now belongs to both of you.
Okay.
So you bought a $500,000 house.
Correct.
You've paid before marriage.
Okay.
You've paid $100,000.
Correct. Okay. So when
you have $400,000.
Okay.
At the time you got married, you were owing $400,000.
Okay. Yeah.
You've paid off the $400,000 during your marriage.
Right. Yeah.
That $400,000 is split into two. It belongs to both of you.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I got that. Okay.
And if you get if during your marriage, well, if you get a gift, the gift has nothing to do with the marriage, it's yours. So if you get your husband buys you a car, it's yours. Your wife buys you a car, it's yours. Gifts are not considered community property to be separate. Yes, exactly. And then if you have inheritance from your parents, you have your parents willed you a property, okay, or gifted you a property, all of that is not considered community property as well. Oh, lawyer, hey, na dey see deal. Now on the say okoware, most lady are in the church, like church, they also have license to give you marriage certificate, and also recognized by the state. Say waware. If you are married, or let me rephrase. It doesn't matter the location. Okay. You can be married in the garden. You can be married on a cruise ship. You can be married anywhere. Okay. It's the person marrying you.
Okay.
So if the person marrying you has a license to marry, then your marriage is recognized and is valid. So you can be married in the church, but the pastor doesn't have a license to get married, marry people. It is a useless marriage.
Oh, so intend court or just in the assuring the waware, all right, but
in the eyes of the
church, yeah, but outside in the a single person.
No one will recognize that. It is the person actually officiating the ceremony and putting you together. If that person has a license, yes, marriage officiant. Yes, if the person is a licensed marriage officiant, yes, the person can put the two of you together. If not,
so okay, the person has license to put the two of us together. Yaware, my license, a certificate, as in the name of the church, so I am a church logo be also at that hole. And Makushia Obafu for and person me ware in the court setting. Me who say ware was sorry be the and I say are they me who be sir.
If they search, they can find out.
Okay, fancy they may jai. Yaware sorry, anye juma. It didn't work. In say young court and Korea, I don't have to go get divorced for any court. In Tassoran de Macajon say me jai or my don't be we. Into Miss when you're about from Pessim Warren. And also say or court. Into my core court no and no church no court no say my warrior will be the dana.
They will not know. They will not know, but it's a wrong thing to do.
Okay.
Because you think now everything is okay, but later on in future it will just destroy everything you've built all these years. So it's not a good thing to do. If you know you've been married before, go get a divorce wherever you've been married.
The church don't give a divorce. Like
no, so go to the court.
You can
go to the court. Yes,
even and get they didn't give you the marriage certificate.
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, you go to the court and get a divorce done.
Okay.
You give testimony, you fill paperwork, you sign documents under oath. So it will attest to the fact that you've been married and now you want a divorce.
No, easy. I say be a down womb car so court no also come in then.
You need help, so you need an attorney to help you. Yes, because there's so many technicalities
in there.
Where there's property, where there's children, where there's children with special needs, where there's where one party is here in the US and one party is in Ghana, or one party is in the UK in another country. You need help. You can't do it by yourself. With children specifically, the court will appoint an attorney ad litem where there's no agreement.
Okay.
So the court by themselves will appoint another attorney to seek the best interest of the children.
Okay.
And so it's a bit technical. I wouldn't advise anyone to do that by themselves.
They have to seek advice from a lawyer. So in Texas, I know if you live with a lady for 3 months or 6 months, automatically the person becomes your wife or your husband, right? Or is it the common law? Is that how they say?
Yes, it's true.
It's yes, but I'm not sure if it's true.
Yes, it's true. It's customary marriage. You can establish, well, not automatic. You have to establish that you have lived together as husband and wife. So you are not married, right? You are living with your girlfriend for some time.
6 months, 3 months.
For some time. Okay. And then your girlfriend starts signing your last name.
Okay.
The utility bills will come and her last name is your last name. Okay. But everything you do is as if you're a married couple. Okay. So you have a joint bank account, you have the lease in joint names. The wife is signing the name of the husband, has the husband's last name, and people outside see both of you as they even call you Mr. and Mrs. Exactly. Okay. That is customary marriage.
Okay.
Once we can prove that we're able to get
see it as marriage.
Yes, even in Ghana too.
Sir.
Yes.
Hey.
So you don't go and take someone's daughter and live in your house and do nothing about her.
Just kick her out anytime.
No
you can
way.
Still go to court for that.
Come to me and I will get it done for you. Yes, definitely.
Why do I need a lawyer for a divorce? Cause our RDMs or court our family members we just go sign it. But about divorce now, I don't know where dancer. Why is it like that?
It's because there's a lot of things involved.
Okay.
Like properties. when you were going to marry, there was no child.
Yeah.
So after they marry, there's children.
Okay.
So we need to think about the children's well-being.
Okay.
Father wants them, mother wants them. There's a fight. Someone has to determine what is best for the children, whether to be with the father or whether to be with the mother. It's not about your feelings or you wanting to hurt your partner. No, it's about the children and their best interest. If you have properties,
okay,
let's say you bought a house together, or you have vast properties together, the one who invested more in the property will not want to release everything to the other party. So most of the time, equitable relief is 50-50, unless there's another reason. I just give an example. If the wife or the husband commits adultery, and you can prove adultery, property will not be divided equally.
Yeah.
Because it was your fault that caused the marriage to break down.
Okay.
So it's based on fault.
In American marriage, you know, is it always say you have to tell your partner how much you earn? Every month?
This question is a very, it's a very.
No, is it lawful? Like, say, okay, yeah, I don't mind telling you what I got every month.
No,
but if it's so, there's no. There's no law like that.
There's no law like that. You just have to be open and truthful to your spouse.
Okay.
Because once you get married, the two are now one.
Okay.
So but the Bible also says you should use wisdom. But there is no law that says you should tell your spouse no, and you can't take another person to court for that. No, it's personal. There are some cultures. I've worked with several people from several countries.
Okay.
From those, I have some clients from Jordan, from Israel, and their religion is completely different. Even after marriage, they don't live together for some time. There are vast religions and practices that the US respects. You won't believe it. They respect everyone's religion and its practices. They respect it.
Everything.
Exactly.
We married for some time. After some years, you know, Obana on some review or was free out of state. So and she left me hanging there. My friend now time too is going. You know, meet me. Waru before and I say, how can I go about it?
I get this a lot. A lot of people have this concern a lot. In the past week, I've had this complaint almost about several times in a day. So it's not a problem, really. If the person decides that he's not going to get married to you again, and the person leaves,
you just leave. Maybe why are there on pet or.
So that's it. You have to make up your mind whether you want to continue in the marriage or you want to leave.
It's so cool. 3 months. Yeah, but no be firewood. It means me before
3 months. You are dangerous. 3 months is a short time. No, you contact family members, sit down, talk about it, and decide on what you want to do. But if your decision is to separate and move on, yes, you can file an application in court. Yes,
without her, yes, she has to sign too, right? Or
well, there's a way to get a divorce without your partner if you can't find the person.
Okay.
So it's not a stumbling block at all.
Okay.
There is a way to have solution to your problem. The law makes room for all these kind of situations. So yes, if your husband or wife has left and you can't find him or her, yes, we can have a divorce done. And if you're married to a US citizen and your US citizen spouse just gets up and vanishes and has not filed for you, yes, we can file without him. So him being there or not there really doesn't. So before you get married, be sure that you want to spend the rest of your life with this person. If you are not, please don't venture. There's no perfect marriage too. Every marriage has its own ups and downs. So you have to strive to get to know each other and accommodate each other's differences. You are not expecting 100% woman or 100% man. So accommodate your but one thing I see all the time is when someone meets a partner here in the US, the person always has a perception that this person is marrying me because I'm a US citizen or because I'm a permanent resident. It's wrong.
Some are genuine.
There are a lot of genuine cases where they get married and later the husband or the wife draws away because they assume or they they've heard that the spouse is with them because of immigration paperwork. It's not always true.
Yeah.
It's not always true. I've had genuine cases that spouses just break their marriage for hearsay information people are saying, but it's not always true.
Yeah.
It's not always true.
Yo, jinya me channel so ne lawyer Lisa na ebon komo ne ka immigration ne krata ho ansem green card ne na lawyer. This quick question, back to the green card part, no, I didn't have any document. By God's grace, I've been able to get document. So the person has been working illegally. So now, by God's grace, he's been able to get his own papers, everything. Tina ya mekatri no, ni aton abro no kakra. Oh, so when you're krata, ejuma na oye no, untimi mfa ni new one no, ni dinin enko. Intensive jai. No courage from.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because then you are indirectly exactly. No.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have anything to say about the green card, about marriage stuff, and the things you have to, the red flags you have to look for before getting married for green card, so that you don't get duped?
So the thing is, don't get married for green card. Get married because you want to settle down and have a family and have a relationship. Don't get married just because of the green card. You get frustrated.
Okay.
When you're of age, you are single, you don't have anyone, you want to get married, you meet someone, you fall in love with a person, there is a genuine intention of getting married, and you get married, then we file the green card. So the green card shouldn't be the primary. It should be secondary.
Now it's very disappointed.
Even though you are expecting, I'll give you a typical example. When you get married, most people in an African culture, most people after marriage, the next thing they are looking for is children. It's like a fruit of the marriage. Same for the green card. You get married and the green card application is a fruit of the marriage. It should not be the priority. It should just be a fruit of the marriage. Exactly.
Yeah, so what are the common mistakes that we do that you can tell us to avoid? I know you said about don't marry for green card and all that, but in the process, then I mistakes.
When you come into the US, make sure you seek advice. Check your amount of or duration of time you've been given to stay, and if there's a possibility, you can change your visa or ask for a transfer or move from one visa to another visa. You can do an exchange of status from visiting visa to a student visa, go to school, keep your legal status. There's so many things you can do. Just in case you've come in, you didn't get the right advice, you've overstayed, it's been 6 months, 1 year or more, and you didn't get the right advice, please, this is the time to get the right advice. This is the time to get the right advice, and then we can help you. Like I said, getting advice is expensive because this is what we've been trained to do. But because of our society and the lack of knowledge that is leading people into trouble, I offer free legal services. It's not going to be 1 hour of my time. No matter how short the phone call is, I can talk to you and tell you what you have to do so you don't get into trouble. This is what I am doing to give back to the community.
That's nice.
To help the community. So please call and ask your question, and will direct you into the right path and what you have to do. Sometimes it involves your financial muscles, but at least you will know what to do and where to go and save yourself some trouble.
Yeah, lawyer, so my stay has passed. I met somebody I want to get married. Are they going to tell me to go back to my home country to apply for the marriage process, or I can still live here with my expired document and still get married and get a new one?
So it depends on how you came in. It depends on how you came. So if you came through the customs, or if you were paroled, or if you were just you were not inspected. It depends. It depends on so many things. So let's say you got a visa. You came in through customs. Customs will give you an I-94, which is the duration of stay. And you have overstayed. two things. You can go if you want to, but if you go, you should know that coming back is going to be a problem.
It's not going to be easy.
You can stay if you want to. I'm not encouraging you to stay, but you can stay if you want to. And there are several means by which we can adjust your status.
Okay.
Exactly.
Good. Lawyer, I know says America or program be brain you have a contract or now or the location to drive if you want to reach you and talk to you about more, because this is really extensive conversation.
Yes.
You can take the whole day.
Yes.
I don't want to take too much of your time too.
So it looks like today you've asked a lot of questions about marriage.
Yeah, today
and about green card.
Later about deportation, don't worry.
So like immigration is very broad area.
Yeah.
You can adjust your status through several means.
Okay.
There's several. There's employment-based preferences. There's religious preference, religious visas.
Medical.
There's so many. You just have to ask.
So apart from the marriage and green card, is there any way that you can come to America so easy in a safe way?
So with every application you get a green card, not just marriage.
Okay.
But yes, you can come to America in several ways.
Okay.
You can come as a visitor, as a tourism B1, B2.
Yeah.
You can come as a transferee from a company.
Okay.
You can come with H1B. You can come with we can file a petition for you. As you can come in with the EB1, EB2, EB3 categories. That's employment-based categories.
Okay.
There are applications that you can file even when you don't have a job offer. You request for national interest waivers.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to end if I have to list everything.
Okay.
But there's so many ways you can come into the US, stay legally here, have a good life here, have a future for your children.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And I need a breast. Lotto no American lottery
The lottery was closed on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. But it's still active.
No. What I mean is, yes, the DV lottery is still open. So the DV lottery is a very good way for you to come into the US. The DV lottery opened up for 2025 and it already ended last Tuesday. And so you have to keep your barcode or your receipt and keep checking. And once you are chosen, you go through the rest of the processes. I'll put on my website and on my Facebook page the processes you have to go through for the DV lottery. Once you are chosen, you go to the interview, your visa interview at the US Embassy, get your visa, come in, you can win with your family, and that's a very easy and straightforward way to come into the US through the DV lottery. But for now, it's ended for 2025. So the next DV will be next year.
Oh, okay.
Yes. 20. Yes. So next year, another DV will be opened up for the next calendar year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ghana na ahwe me a DV lottery no lawyer actually say still a ntwe muguso legit until we be a ye bi na for into obabi obewaro aba America. So na America man enye easy mo grab her bills on point is come farm run na berry manager aya on makra today ye lottery ni bi na nya bompa e kan ho na e fast na show ho de na show ho man na nya me bi kwan ama but ya for contact to Joanna so be person contact to ana yam come.
My office is located in Irving, Texas. My address is 2300 Valley View Lane, Suite 520, Irving, Texas 75062, and the phone number is 214-997-1758. Those in Ghana can reach us through WhatsApp on the same number, 214-997-1758. You can also reach us by contacting us on our website. There's a contact form there. We'll reach out to you. You can also send us an email, and all this information is on Google, and you can get us also on the website. And the website will be www.ekdnet.law.
Good. Lawyer here that's nyame show. Nyame channel so ni ha na emrebe me kwan e de enkomo no edu lawyer abobo ne maso kakra say ye ode na wante ne me bi ase a ode number to dwa betimi a friend na wa ba be hu no ni akiri bia Irving, Dallas, Texas ya na wa ba be hu no na so no enkomo bi a o na ne ye nti no emrebe ma no wa friend no na onso the information man no obebo a o very nice lady onimejuma no wa ya che e na say de ebo ho community mu no wa bo lottery no so wa bo waware de wabo divorce de unse onim de oye enti no momra me hunu na anya den onso moaye na enye sika obedi nko akonye free service mobia ehyewa no ene hyema no ene efre oniado onim de obebo adachi hunyo nko na wasre akire no yeda se ohwe ye so be share link na obi ansenya efutu ebi no so de etunu ho fo no de aboabo ano yakra mo yeda mase ye be share bio bye.